as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has so clear a light as any to see the horizon in the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is a wreck. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day today.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've done a day in the life video, so I'm excited to be doing a day in the life today. If you are new around here, welcome to my channel. My name is Abby and I am a homeschooling mom of 5, although my youngest is a toddler, so she is not currently homeschooling, but don't tell her that because she thinks she belongs at the table with us. So she's there, right there with us as we go about our homeschooling day. Like I said, I have 5 kids, ages 18 months through 15 years old. So we've got toddler, elementary school, middle, and high school. So I'm gonna bring you along on our school day today. It's been a while since I've done a day in the life video, and I just, we had the holidays, and then shortly after, well, we went to the Bahamas right after Christmas, and then kind of got back into routine after that, and then got the flu for a couple weeks, completely wiped us out, and then went snowboarding immediately after. So we have had a stop and go spring semester of homeschool here, and over the last couple of weeks, I want to say the last 2 weeks, we've gotten into a good routine. So I feel like it would not be intrusive to bring the camera into the mix right now. Sometimes filming day in the lives, even though I barely show my kids, I feel like it still can add like a bit of tension to the school day if I'm trying to show something while I'm trying to teach it at the same time. So finally feel like we're back in routine enough to comfortably pick up the camera and go about our day. So come along with us as we do homeschool today, do our thing, tumbling, karate, trio practice, dance practice, all the things. Thankfully no football practice today. We're in a season right now. We're always in a season. With 5 kids, 2 of whom are very active teenagers, we're always in a season. So, all right, well, I woke up first thing this morning, did some housework. I've been in the routine of just waking up early and getting my housework done then instead of trying to do it after everyone goes to bed. Although last night, everyone in my house, everyone was out by 9:30, and I was intending to go to bed by 10, but the sink was full of dishes, and so I just threw on a sermon and I cleaned my kitchen until almost 11. So when my alarm went off at 5:30, I was struggling, but nevertheless got up, got some laundry done, and honestly just sat around for a little bit because it takes me a while to wake up, which is the #1 reason that I set my alarm earlier than the rest of my family. So did our little morning routine, and I told the kids to meet me at school, at the school table around 9:30. I do a checklist system, you may have seen that in the little intro video, so that they can get started on their independent work as I'm getting the toddler ready for the day. With her being at such an active stage right now. I never quite know how long it's gonna take me to convince her to get dressed and do her hair and eat her breakfast and everything. I'm very much at her mercy right now. And so I've gone back to doing a checklist style for the kids to do their independent work if I'm unavailable first thing in the morning versus starting our school day at the table no matter what altogether, because that may put us on quite a delay. So the kids all did something shortly after breakfast while I hung with her. Some of them got their math done. Bella's actually doing like driver's ed course right now. They got some of their reading done. So we're already well into our school day, but we're sitting down for our morning basket or table time or family subjects or what have you right now, kind of mid-morning. So we're gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna give them lunch, put the baby down, and see if we can't get some more one-on-one work done. So, all right, here we go. Sounds like it's time to get started. The kids are at the table with their menus, their folders. What kind of things do we have in our folders?
So we have our these folders.
Yeah.
Oh, we have like. Well, I have mine split up like with high school stuff and then table stuff. But we have our bird book things, and then we have mostly like the like visits to Australia papers, and then
so they've got geography, their bird study, which everyone's disappointed that there's no bird study today, right?
I love bird
It's everyone's favorite, but we maxed out on it already this week. We did too many days this week, so we've got to move on to something else. We're doing history today. What else do you guys keep in there? Spanish. Yeah, we're doing Spanish today.
And also, yeah, history.
And in their menus have their hymns. We've got the poetry they're memorizing. They're each memorizing a poem by our poet right now. They have until, what's the date, guys?
April 17th.
It's right up there. April 17th, poetry recitation at the dinner table. Which is just, we have my dad and, oops, I'm upset. We have my dad and my sister over a few nights a week for dinner. And, oh, hi JoJo, sit down, baby. Sit down. She's had a big interest in playing with my keyboard at the computer lately. And recently at a doctor's office visit, she was playing with their keyboard quickly before I even figured it out. Anyway, so on one of the nights that they'll be here, I decided that that would be a poetry recitation night. So they've got, each of them have a poem that's a few stanzas long. So they've got a month to get that memorized for this term. So. All right, so we're sitting down now. We're gonna start with our hymn, folk song, poetry, and our artists. And then we're gonna move on to reading our history, and then we're reading a bit for geography, doing the rest of like our geography lesson for this week, and some Spanish. What else do we have going on today?
Oh, logic?
Oh, well, that's not, well, you guys gonna do your critical thinking at the table today?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that'll make it easier as well. Yesterday we played the allowance game, which they had a fun time with, because Annie's learning about coins and math, so that helped her a bit. Oh, Annie, you wanna change the calendar, baby? Go ahead and change the calendar. Well, our history coloring pages, print. It is not always the coat that tells, nor the collar your friend may wear. It is not always the shine of the shoe, nor the finished touch of his hair. It is not all in a silken hat, nor the fitting neat of his gloves. It is not merely his... All right, so we are reading Story of the World. We're on chapter 9 right now from the Middle Ages. And we did ancient civilizations for like a year and a half. This is our second time through. So now we're doing Middle Ages for a year and a half. And if you missed my last video, that was a haul from Rainbow Resource. I shared some of the assigned reading that I have for my older kids to take this elementary, middle school age curriculum and kind of bring it up a little bit for my middle and high schoolers, along with some writing assignments and things. But that's how we're keeping history a family subject, and keeping it to where like my first grader can participate as well as my 7th and 9th graders. So they are just kind of hanging out here and coloring while I read along. Okay, so the Yamato Dynasty of Japan.
No.
Yes. Do you want to do your do-a-dots? What you doing? You sweeping up your markers? just pure destruction all the time. All right, we just finished reading Kontiki for the day. We are behind on, this is a suggested reading plan as part of their geography lessons. We're supposed to be at a certain chapter and we're still a chapter behind. So we're just reading a little every day, whether or not we're doing geography that day to catch up. But this has probably been our toughest read this year. It's just one of those books that's like, oops, sorry, I'm like super, am I zoomed in? Okay. It's just a difficult read with the distractions that we've got going on here, and kind of difficult for the kids to follow along with when I'm stopping and starting and stopping and starting, and the chapters are quite long, so I have a difficult time also finding a good stopping point. So sometimes we have to backtrack a little bit and make sure that we narrate what we remember from last time and yada yada. So they're working on their map work. We are doing like Australia and South America this year with Simply Charlotte Mason. So they're wrapping that up right now. We've done all of our morning time. I didn't get it all filmed, but we got all of our morning time finished today, and we are going to dismiss to some independent work while I start to prep some lunch and hang with the baby a little bit because she's about ready for some attention. Okay, Eli wants to practice his poetry memorization. Go ahead.
Through thy clear spaces, Lord of old, formless and void, and dead earth rolled, deaf to thy heavens, sweet music blind, to the great lights which over it shine. No sound, no ray, no warmth, no breath, a dumb despair, wandering death.
Nice. Can you do it a little slower?
Yeah.
Okay.
Through thy clear spaces, Lord of old, formless and void, and dead earth rolled.
Oh my gracious. This is what things are looking like midway through the day here with the baby. Some of our morning stuff from yesterday that I still haven't put away. It is time for, and we also have button sewing projects up here. It's time for reading with Annabeth, and she really likes reading these books. So these are the first reading library. I will link them below because I recommend them all the time. So we're gonna grab a couple of these. These are like an I read, you read. These are beginners here in the green. These are next level, and then these are independent, essentially. And so we're a little out of order. And I like them because they all have a reading comprehension puzzle in the back after you're done reading. So it's like a way to solidify what they're doing in a different way. So we're gonna read a couple of these today as her reading lesson. All right, beware, beware the deep, dark woods.
Don't not go far from the pool. Be good.
Good. What's that sign? Exclamation?
Exclamation.
So how do you read be good?
Be good.
Good. All right, turn the page.
And can hear a fox bark.
Is that true?
No.
No, what's true?
They heard like the owl.
Okay, good. All right, next puzzle.
Jack and Dan cannot.
All right, it's just about 12 o'clock and I just put the kids' lunch together. It was basically already made. I just had to cut up a couple veggies. So I prepped this buffalo chicken dip at the beginning of the week. I mentioned this in my meal planning video, but this was a recipe that I found through Jessica Waldock's video of her homeschool lunches, the collaboration that we did, and I saw this and it looked really good. My kids are needing to eat much more protein right now with all the extra stuff they've got going on. And so this recipe is like chicken. I cooked it in the crock pot and then shredded it up, and then it's got like plain Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. I added ranch seasoning like she did because the recipe that I found online didn't have ranch seasoning. Some buffalo sauce, which all my kids love. Annie actually loves buffalo wings. It's one of her favorite things. So it's funny that all my kids like the little kick, and it's only a tiny little kick. Even Josie can eat it. And I probably just didn't add as much as the recipe called for. And then some cheddar cheese on top. So they're all having that dip. I had it already made. We actually ate the same lunch yesterday, and John took some for lunch today to work, and so I just heated up the rest of it in the oven. Served it with tortilla chips, some veggies, apples, cheese stick, and then last night we had these oatmeal cream pies for dessert, so I had some left over. So I gave them each one of those, and then I'm having the same thing but with celery instead of tortilla chips to dip mine in, and half an avocado. I saved the other half for the kids' smoothies this afternoon. We're gonna have smoothies as our snack because we're gonna be on the go. So we're gonna eat lunch now. I'm gonna try to get the baby down. I feel like she's about ready for a nap anyway, so it shouldn't be too big of a, you know, shouldn't be too much time to get her down for her nap. And then the older kids have been working on their independent work. I'm gonna check in on them with that. I've gotta do a little 5 in a row with my little kids. And then math with Annie, I think that might be the only thing that I have left today after we do 5 in a row. Then we'll do some chores and we'll start getting people places. All right, got her down. That took like 4 minutes. She was so tired. And I would say that the struggle I'm having in this season of homeschooling right now is not so much just like the toddler's busyness. We've had a toddler as part of our homeschooling journey forever. When we started homeschooling, Bella was 4, and we had Jessie, who was 2. And then when Jessie was in kindergarten, Eli was 2. And then when Eli was in kindergarten, Annie was 2. And so we've always had a toddler around, and I'm very used to the distraction, and the kids have grown up in our home, used to noises while we're reading and able to focus. But what I have a hard time with when my kids are toddlers is seeing them as, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but just seeing their needs outside of their schedule. So toddlers thrive on routine, right? And they thrive on structure. And I feel like sometimes I can go almost the whole day of just like, okay, you're gonna play this. Okay, you're gonna do this. Okay, you're gonna sit with me. Okay, now it's your nap time, and not connect as much. So with her, I try really hard to really snuggle her up in the mornings and spend time with her at breakfast. She's not always awake when the kids are eating breakfast. And then in the afternoons, she loves to play outside. So just taking her outside when we're done with our school day or while dinner's in the oven and just playing with her and loving on her. And then she and I right now, and John's been super helpful with helping this be a consistent routine. Instead of me doing pickups from places after dinner time, like sometimes Bella's at a dance at like 9:30, instead of me being the one to go get her or to go get Jessie from football in the evening, or if Annie has a later dance class, he'll take her right now so that she and I can have her little bath time, book time routine. And she's so cute. She's even like oils, and she'll lay on her tummy so I can put her little bedtime oils on her back and really just snuggle with her and just have time with her, because it's that quality time that I really have a hard time with, that sweet connection that's so much more important than her routine. So I love our little ritual of after lunch, going, nursing her, getting her to sleep, and kind of just like comforting her and being with her, since I've been very busy with the kids for a couple hours. And now she's napping, so I'm gonna spend a little time with my older ones, checking up on their work. Bella is using a laptop now for her logic, and her and Jessie take Redefining Schools literature, so they're able to do quite a bit of that on their own. But I do like to touch their work every day, see what's going on with them, check up, make sure Jessie didn't skip pages in science, which has happened on accident. I'm gonna just give my younger ones their 5 in a row lesson. It's a short one today. I'm just reading them their book and then giving them a little art project to do. And then from there, Annie has math. That may be the only thing we don't get around to today, because we have to leave in about an hour and a half for tumbling, and then depending on if I bring the boys to John's office or not, I might have to go pick them up. I'm not sure how the day goes, but we've basically, you said trio was canceled, right, B? Yep. Okay, so we don't have trio, so we just have tumbling and then dance shortly after, and then maybe a window of time for dinner. I cooked our dinner for today yesterday just so it has to be warmed up when John gets home from work. And then the boys have karate, and so we'll either eat dinner before or eat dinner after. I'm unsure. And yeah, so that's what we've kind of got going on today. So gonna go ahead and bring the kids in from outside. The second I go to put her down for a nap, they're outside. It's been so beautiful lately, And I would say we've definitely spent 3 to 4 hours outside a day lately, to where it's hard to get everyone back to the table if they run out there during the school day. So I'm gonna go grab them, get the last couple things done here, and then we'll get going with our afternoon.
Sorry, that's my fault.
All right, so the kids we've been reading in 5 in a row. Katie and the Big Snow. So they are creating their own Geopolis themed after whatever they'd like it to look like. They've got to do the complete map. So we've got Annie is called the Friendly Nice Town, and it's just like a happy little town, right? And then Eli's doing a town that's all made out of Legos. So that is their art project today for this. Yesterday we did math, which was horsepower, and we talked about counting by, you know, skip counting and things like that to go along with the picture she had in the book of horsepower. And we have a really cool snowflake science lesson coming up this week as well. All right, Bella and Jessie are working together through week 2 of Redefining School. They're doing the world literature track this year. Last year they did American literature. So they are doing neoclassicism with Jonathan Swift. And they have their Zoom meeting tomorrow. So they're gonna do the second part of week 2 and then prepare for the discussion with their peers tomorrow. So while they're doing that, the kids are doing their art. I'm gonna work on some of my housework that needs to be done, make myself a coffee, and start getting ready for the afternoon. All right, here's where we're at for the day. It looks like Bella only has science and economics left for the day. And Jessie, what do you have left for the day?
I don't keep my paper all the time. I just did literature. I think it's logic.
You have logic, and did you do your YWAM narration?
Doesn't look like it.
Who are you reading?
Dietrich Bonhoeffer.
Okay, so you haven't read that chapter today?
No.
No, okay.
Or narrated it.
You did a narration for your other book?
Yeah,
Okay. You did?
No.
Oh no.
Wait.
You might have checked it off thinking it was from yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't narrate that though.
Oh, you read, you just didn't do your narration?
Yeah, I didn't narrate it.
Okay, so go ahead and work on that right now before you forget, okay? And then we'll do your literature. Eli's done now. Oh, you haven't done King Arthur yet.
I haven't?
You didn't check
I
it?
haven't.
You haven't done it?
Well, I thought it was checked.
Oh, no, it's not checked. You just over-checked something else that made it look like you have. And Annie, did you do your handwriting, babe?
Yeah.
Okay, so she just has math with me, which I'm gonna kind of push to tomorrow. She doesn't have to do math 4 or 5 days a week. So yeah, she's good. She's done. Everyone's wrapping up here. So if worse comes to worse, Friday's a lighter school day, and they can, if we have to head out, we have to head out now in like 40 minutes. So if they have to head out before they're completely done, like before Jessie writes his narration for his book or whatever, then they can do that tomorrow, because tomorrow Bella works at a local ministry, and so she'll be there a couple hours in the morning tomorrow, and they'll have time. I don't do any of like the table time when she's not here right now. That will probably change as she goes more into high school, because that's gonna be tough to manage, but as of right now, I won't do that when she's not here, so they have like a couple hours just to catch up on things. So, all right, that's where we're at. And I write, right now I write each day's thing the night before or the morning of, just because I don't, right now they have a lot going on. I told them to work, we weren't supposed to take a spring break, but because of our snowboarding trip and then taking time off when we were sick, but I told them that if they worked really hard over the next couple weeks and do things that may, say we only do once or twice a week every day for the next 2 weeks, then they can take a full spring break. So that's why they're doing some things every single day. Like Jessie has logic every day. We usually only do 2 logic lessons a week, same for Bella, so that they can get a spring break. So that's the plan right now. So I'm not writing ahead, or it's like drinking from a fire hose. Like, they don't want to know how much work they've got on the agenda right now. Pardon me for filming on my phone instead of with my camera, but I did forget my camera at home. I don't like doing vlogs most often because I feel like they're, for myself, I feel like they're kind of purposeless. I don't really, they feel like, oh, look at me and how I do this and how I do that. And for me, that feels weird on YouTube. And that's why I do a lot more sit down videos. I want it to be a worthy investment of your time when you watch my videos, because I know how demanding it is to be a mom and a homemaker and a homeschooler, and I don't want to contribute to something just taking your time away from your family unless I feel like it's worthwhile. So it's why I do a lot of like meal planning videos and like homemaking inspiration, because I want it to be something that encourages you. And so you may have noticed in the past couple of years, especially, I've pulled back from like a lot of the things I used to do, and it's not like I felt like those things were wrong, but I just felt like weird about doing things just to fill a schedule, if I didn't feel like there was a lot of purpose behind it. I love making a fun video here and there, like you'll probably see an Amazon haul here soon, because I can do some damage on Amazon. But I don't know, a lot of the vlogging and stuff just feels strange to me anymore for some reason, and I can't quite identify it. However, I would love to throw a little tidbit of something in here that I do think would encourage some of you in, what is it, March now, and just kind of that weird sticky point of our homeschooling years where we're winding down and preparing for another year and starting to dream about another year and really kind of being in a weird place with this year. I always get to this place during the year. And so I want to just encourage you guys mid-vlog here with something that helps me get through these longer days, especially at such a strange time of year. And that is to do something really encouraging midday. So morning time is always important to me, and actually I didn't do my morning time this morning because I'm sitting at the girls. They're in there with their tumbling coach right now, and he prefers parents not sit in there just for safety's sake, because, and this happened last week, Annie kept looking back at me as she was getting ready to go practice a back handspring because she wants approval, and so when I'm not in there, she's completely locked in. So I sit outside instead, and so I knew I'd be out here and I'd have time to do my Bible reading plan out here, and so normally I would do it in the morning time, and that's well and good. I think it's really important to do your Bible time in the morning for me, because especially, and just for the demand of motherhood, because it helps you filter your day through the lens of what you read. If I wake up first thing and start working, or if I wake up and like open social media, that's kind of like the first input of the day, and it can really determine how my day goes. However, what's more pivotal for me even than that morning time is doing something early afternoon or early evening that encourages me and gives me a fresh perspective, because I feel like homemaking and homeschooling and motherhood, our days are split into two parts. There's like the homeschooling part of the day, which requires full effort, all systems go the whole time. And then just as you're like fatigued from that, it's like, okay, now it's the afternoon, and if your kids are involved in things you have to go to, or it's time to do housework, and you got to cook meals, and you got to be cheerful and you know, and just like loving on your family at bedtime so that everybody feels secure and loved, and you're doing prayers and family worship or whatever. You can't be doing that from this depleted state, and yet you're like, when do you get a chance to sit down? And so in the middle of the day, when I'm just about to like want to go on social media and zone out for a minute, or I'm just about to want a cupcake and chill, that was me today. I saw my kids oatmeal cream pies, and I was like, I would really like to do that, like to have one of those right now. But anyway, it's just like mid-afternoon, I'm craving, my body physically and my soul are both craving something sweet. And so what I usually do this time of day, and it makes the difference every time I do, and it really makes a difference when I don't, is I like to listen to something encouraging. Even if I don't feel like it, once I turn it on, I feel thankful for it, and have something refreshing. So either like, I've got a coffee today, but some days I'll take like a sparkling water and put in a little ninja juice and do like my greens powder or a little kombucha, or just something refreshing and uplifting, like a little mocktail or a coffee, and listen to, I'm not a podcast girl because I feel like the conversations exhaust me, like the conversational style dialogue when I just homeschooled 5 kids all day long. So I'm more of somebody who likes to just listen to a sermon or listen to an audiobook. That's like a Christian audiobook. It's almost like a sermon itself. And just get 20-30 minutes of inspiration, refreshment. If I'm doing the dishes, I'll throw it in a podcast or in my AirPods, or if I'm driving kids places, I'll listen to it. A lot of this time for me is done in the car because I'm usually in the car around 3 o'clock every day. And for some reason, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock is just when I'm like really wanting to call it quits for the day, but it really is the time that I'm starting basically a whole second day. You know, cooking meals and cleaning a whole second round when I've been cleaning all day, so to speak. It just encourages me when I have a beverage and a intentional audio playing. I feel very refreshed, and so I'm sitting here finishing up my Bible recap that I was supposed to do this morning, waiting for my girls, and I'm gonna throw on a sermon when I'm done with this and just listen for a few minutes and pray through my thoughts and, you know, hit the reset button and start the evening, which is just a whole different pace. Same people, different pace. So I feel like if there's one takeaway that you can take from this video, and which is, like I said, vlogs are just weird for me, but maybe it's just what some of you need to hear, that you're not the only ones who feel like calling it quits about 4 o'clock every day. Try it. I don't think that you'll hate it. Just to throw on something encouraging and see if that doesn't change your outlook on the evening, because I will start looking at 4 o'clock like tunnel vision on like the end of the day. How much more do I have to do till this day is over? And whenever I listen to something and just take that moment to set my thoughts on things that are pure and lovely and honorable, then I feel like a whole new person for the second half of my day. So hopefully that speaks to some of you and where you're at in this stage of the homeschooling year. Okay, poor Annie went to her tumbling, and then today with her dance team, it was conditioning. So we've had 2 straight hours of working out, huh? Yeah. But it seemed like you had so much energy. Even Miss Shelby was like, I've never seen Annie this silly. You're being so goofy. I got anything to say? Are you tired? Yeah. I left the kids at home with instructions on heating up dinner, so I've got to go home and feed them real quick, drop the boys at karate, and I'm assuming I have to drop the boys at karate because I just missed a call from John, which I'm assuming is him saying he's working late again. So I'm thinking I'm doing karate drop off tonight, so I'll let you know in a minute. Okay, we're home. We have 20 minutes to get the older ones fed. Then I'm gonna go to karate. Jojo got toothpaste? Okay. Oh yeah, that's Annie's toothpaste, yep. Yeah, that's Annie's toothpaste. I saw the time crunch ahead, and so normally I make 2 chicken pot pies when I make it. Make 1 to eat and 1 to freeze. Yesterday I made 2 knowing we'd be eating it 2 days in a row because what I had on the menu for today wasn't gonna work with the timing if John was gonna work late. So I'm very thankful that I had this. The kids, or Bella threw it in the oven for me while I was at Dance with Annie, so it's ready now. I'm going to take all the kids to karate and then drop my older ones at youth group. They want to go to church and I just don't have it in me tonight with the baby to get her done. Oh, looking good. Eli's testing. Finally home after a very long day, right?
Right?
What are you gonna eat?
Good, evil, good.
Yeah, Josie's having a little bedtime snacky and then I'm gonna give her a bath. You love baths? Okay, as I was saying, I'm gonna eat my dinner, get her little bedtime routine going, get her down. By the time I get her down, my kids will all come like running through the front door because they are just so hyped up from church on church nights. But hopefully I'll be able to hear the sermon on my phone as I'm doing all that, but we'll see. Because sometimes Josephine mistakes the pastor's voice as John. So if I have it playing on my phone, she'll be like, hi, Dada, like thinking that she can talk back to the phone. She doesn't realize what's going on, so we'll see. So yeah, just gonna do some dishes, get her down, and it's gonna be an early turn in for everyone because John has a 5 a.m. workout tomorrow morning. He meets with his personal trainer at 5 a.m. Like, so he has to leave our house at like 4:30. So his alarm goes off and then it usually wakes me up. So we've got an early morning tomorrow. So, but that'll work out because I didn't work out today. I worked out yesterday. So tomorrow I can use that early wake up to get my own workout in. So anywho, I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed coming along for just what seems like a very normal day. Again, I don't vlog that much because I just feel like it's Groundhog Day for me all the time, so that can't be all that interesting. But I hope you guys enjoyed spending the day with the kids and I and just taking a peek into our homeschool day at this point in the school year. I'm sure most of our days look very similar, just grinding out some work, hanging out, going outside, and then going to activities. So that's what's happening around here. Hope you guys had a good day yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys. Thank you for today.
It was a fun day.
Thank you for my sisters.
It was the shows.
Thank you for my brothers.
The battles.
Thank you for the time we played outside.
People to slide.
And for the family dinner.
Family dinner.
I pray that I get good sleep
Go see.
and have good dreams.
Donis.
I love you, Jesus.
Love you, Jesus.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.